Welcome to the TDC Today Show USA. My name is Sue Roskoff, and I'm so happy to be here sharing some news and updates of all things related to Disability Channel topics, including veterans, including disabilities. And there's a lot to be mentioned here this week. Oh gosh, we've been talking a lot about not the Disability Channel, about PDH, Project Die Hard. Sorry, you ever have one of those moments where it's like, it's right there? Project Die Hard. We've been talking a lot about Project Die Hard and all the great things that it's doing for our veterans. And as we were getting ready for the show, I just got an email and there's some info in here I want to share real quick because they have an event coming up in July. So the dates are July 26th through 28th, this coming summer of 2024. So July 26th through the 28th is Hopestock. If you've heard about Hopestock from the past, it's back again. Hopestock is a weekend of fellowship, music, food, and more. I'm going to read some of the notes that they just literally sent moments ago. It says to bring all our ministers and resource partners, mission and facility suppliers all together to give hope to veterans. Teamwork does make the dream work, and this is what's happening. We have the intent of the event is to bring public awareness to veteran suicide, to bring general knowledge of forward operating base rush, we also call FOB rush, to the river region, to show that by working together, more can be done, and to raise the funds needed to get FOB rush operational. At this point, as we mentioned before, the doors are open to events. So that is a huge, huge step forward that the kitchen's up and running. There's gathering space there. So events can take place there now. The next phase of this, they are working on remodeling the rest of this 10,000 square foot building so that they can have veterans actually living there on a temporary basis to be able to provide that support. That is what they're working on right now. And in order to do that, you need money, you need time, you need resources, you need skills, you need all the things to make that happen. Hopestock will be actually taking place on the grounds at that location in Makanda, Illinois. And that is something where between now and then, people can come and help. Actually, second Saturday of the month, every second Saturday of the month, they do have time for people to come and volunteer and participate in any way possible in order to make a difference there on the grounds. And you know what else they did today? The first Saturday of the month, they have veterans breakfast taking place at their location as well. So on the first Wednesday of the month, it's at their local IHOP. They have veteran breakfast. And today they had a veteran breakfast at FOB Rush. So next week will be the work day there. It's actually called the Give Back Day. So that is a great opportunity to pitch in and do what you can. Road trip it there, have some fun. So that is an opportunity right there. And a lot of this now is going to be getting ready for the big event going on in July. So that'll be a great chance to actually get there, see what's happening, and celebrate and music and food and all the things. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, that date for Hopestock is July 26th through the 28th in Makanda, Illinois. More to come on that. I know we have a lot more to come. There are sponsorship opportunities. There are all sorts of things that are possible with that. So mark your calendars. Another event coming up, Shine Music Festival. That has been taking place in Colorado for the last several years, and it is going to be taking place there again this coming summer. Shine Music Festival, look it up. It is a disability-friendly music festival. There is not a separate place for those who have disabilities. Like if you're a wheelchair user, you've been to concerts where there's a separate area where you get to watch from. That does not exist at Shine Music Festival. The entire place, the entire grounds, everything is accessible. So you can watch from wherever it makes the most sense for you to watch from. Where do you want to be? You don't have to be in that one little section. Like, I've heard it mentioned like you're the caged area, and that doesn't exist there. Shine Music Festival, it is accessible for all. That is taking place again this summer in Colorado. And guess what? A little over a year from now, about a year and a half from now, in fall of 2025, Shine Music Festival is coming to Milwaukee. That's in my backyard right here. Shine Music Festival is coming to the Summerfest grounds in Milwaukee in 2025. So a lot of big, huge things coming our way. So excited for what's coming with that. Now, I do want to bring Emily in to share some information as well. She is on the planning committee with a conference that takes place every fall, and I want to bring her in to share a few details. What is this conference, and when is that expected to be running this year?
Welcome, everybody. Just a couple months ago, we had our 5th annual Integral Adult Autism Conference that was hosted by the Autism Society of South Central Wisconsin. And so our 5th annual, we had a good turnout, but it's a yearly event, usually in the fall, like late October, early November. Talking about it's sort of helping kind of bridge the conversation between like the disability community and those that and non-disability community to kind of help the communication there, having kind of better communication, what each group needs and wants, and kind of get, I don't know the right words, kind of having like a more of a collaborative that's on between both groups, and bring more awareness and so on.
Are the
So
dates
I think
set for this
we
fall?
don't have a date set yet for 2024, but I think we're gonna be starting I think planning committee meeting soon here. So stay tuned for more updates on that.
Excellent. And actually, kind of related, there's a new podcast that you've been involved in. Can you share a little bit about what's that called, who's doing it, and when people can find that?
So I guess sort of connected to the whole like autism, my whole autism theme here. um, um, we have been connected with Suzanne Plumley, who is in Texas, and we helped her launch last week her own podcast called the Aspie Bridge podcast. And that's also about autism, Asperger's. I mean, she's on the spectrum herself and kind of helping women and, on the spectrum, or I guess anybody, not just women, anybody on the spectrum, and with late diagnosis things, and kind of bring kind of more awareness with that whole situation as well.
Excellent. And when does that run? Can people catch that live, and or can they catch replays of that? How would they do that?
So it's every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central. It is being live streamed out to YouTube and Facebook, like a few places. Um, so yeah, I'm sure the SB Bridge podcast pages and so on.
And for
So if
those that
you're
aren't sure how to
interested,
spell, I'm sorry, I was going to mention Aspie, Aspie. I know I had that question as how exactly to spell that. So just to be clear, Aspie, Aspie Bridge. So and actually, if you go to YouTube and search Aspie Bridge podcast, you will find it, because I tried, and that's where it was easy to pop up. So that is exciting. She's wonderful, and her communication, everything that she's doing, it's really worth your time to go and listen and take in what she's done already, and stay tuned for her next one coming up. Then you said on Tuesdays at 11 o'clock Central, 11 a.m. Awesome. And I know we also have Tim Trosian joining us here today. He is a host of the Blue Collar Crypto podcast that we do on Sunday evenings, or late afternoons, I should say, at 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock Central. he does a lot of work with senior centers. And senior community, that comprises about half of the people that have disabilities. So I do want to bring Tim in for just a moment and to share a few thoughts with us on what he does with seniors. So actually, Tim, are you there?
And Sue, it's the other way around. It's half of our senior citizens are people, half of senior citizens are benefiting from disability services or have a disability.
Gotcha. Okay. So, and actually, I don't think he is there right at this moment. So we are going to go ahead and see if we can get him in here on another episode here coming soon. But he definitely has some good insights, and I appreciate him and all he does. Or maybe actually, he may have just unmuted. Tim, are you there?
Hi, this is Tim.
Awesome. Welcome.
So I'll just share a few thoughts I have. Now as we're including everybody that has disabilities, and it helps to have the seniors included. What I'm finding out is that as I become a senior, that I'm learning a lot about the next 20 years of my life, right? I'm figuring, and I think a lot of people are doing this. They find, and I live with seniors, right? I live in a building that is all seniors and disabled, and right, as Kurt just mentioned, it's hard to separate the two. And we have less communication in the senior world. What do we do? We have assisted living, we have independent living, we have nursing homes. We have a habit of segregating our seniors, of putting them in a category, housing them. Segregate's a great word. Separate is a greater word. And then there is a lack of community in the senior. We put them together in the same place and we say, well, there's your community. You're all together in the same place. So you're in a community. Whereas what we really should be doing is including, not segregating. We should be strengthening the family tie, encouraging the family, the extended family, the family that most of us grew up in. We should make the senior a part of that extended family, like it's supposed to be. And so I just find that when I work with my values and I have people around me that are working with values, that we get a lot farther, a lot faster. So, talk it up. There's a lot of people I know that are involved with seniors, and they exist out there and they're doing things. And there's a couple things I'd like to see is recognition and compensation. So as my tent grows bigger, as we have more people that we recognize, they're compensated, right? In fact, they don't want recognition for what they're doing, but they just do it out of the goodness of their heart. And there are so many people out there doing these things. So I'd like to bring them into the light, probably have a show about that at some point in the future, and then find a way so that they can do these things not out of their own pocket, not of their own dollar, a lot of these people have very little resources to do what they're doing in the first place, and they still do it. So let's see if we can compensate them for what they're already doing with their own money. And I think that we'll get there. It may not be tomorrow or the next day, but we'll get there if we keep talking about it. And right now we have in Wisconsin, Verona, Wisconsin, and Stoughton, Wisconsin. So we're gonna have operations, and we're gonna have recognition and compensation in Verona and Stoughton. And we'd be happy to have a third city, a third location, and a third person to go along with that third location. So we have one person, that's myself, and in Verona, and we have one person in Stoughton, who's agreed. And then we can't tell them that they're involved in anything. Otherwise, there's a lot of people that will just run away and say, no, I don't want to join that. I don't want my name to be used. But they're going to go ahead and do these great things for seniors. So that's where I'm coming from. And we'll have a nonprofit. We'll have funds raised along the way. And most of all, we'll have more activities for seniors, so that in Wisconsin, there are winters where it seems like, we have a cold winter here, and it's isolating. So not for all seniors, but we have a long, cold winter season, and we're going to try and have some activities. Let's call them bingo. Let's call it bingos or potluck dinners. And I have to address that the senior centers do the best that they can. But here in Verona, they're not open on the weekend. So there's an opportunity. So necessity breeds opportunity, or as it's said in a different way. So an opportunity is where there's a necessity. So if there's a need, we try to fill that need. And hopefully we grow bigger. We'll start one step at a time. So that's all I have for today. I don't have any specific names or contact information or organizations to talk about, but please contact me. I'll put my contact information in the chat if you're interested in helping with this in any way. Thank you. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Tim. I appreciate you bringing that to us here today on the TDC Today Show USA. That is a very significant piece of our population, right? The senior citizen community and all the things you're talking about. I'm excited to hear more. Just a couple quick announcements as we come to the end of this piece. We do have our World of Ability podcast coming up right after this. So we do that every Saturday afternoon. And hang tight, because that is something coming up right around the corner. We also, on Wednesday evenings, have a live radio show called Ability MKE Now. It takes place at 7:30 Central, and it can be found on riverwestradio.com. Again, that was riverwestradio.com. We are live on there, 7:30 Central, every Wednesday night for Ability MKE Now. And that last piece, we have a new tool that we've been working with that is benefiting all of our different organizations in ways to connect. And again, we'll have more to come on this as well, but I at least want to give a mention so you can take a look at it. It is called KnoCard, KNOCARD, KnoCard. And to find information on that, knocard.app, /Ability Now. So we are all about, that is actually our Zoom and everything. We are Ability Now. So that's where you can find more information at knocard.app /Ability Now. If you want to find me personally, same thing, knocard.app /Sue, SUE. So for today, that is our TDC Today Show USA. My name again is Sue Roskoff. Thank you so much to our guests being here today, and we'll be back here next Saturday at 1 o'clock Central. But stay tuned for World of Ability. Thank you so much. Till next time.